It's reported that there have been fewer incidents of domestic violence and road accidents during the national lockdown. The Association for Alcohol Responsibility and Education says this is in part due to the ban on alcohol sales. It says people act irresponsibly when drinking. Well, to discuss this, we joined now on the line by Ms. Ingrid Lowe from the association. Ms. Lowe, good morning. Thank you very much for your time this morning. I mean, is there real evidence currently that the incidents of violence and road accidents have dropped largely due to the ban on alcohol sales?
Good morning, Dan, and thank you for having me. Dan, I think that there are numbers that are being bandied about. I think there's data that's out there. Certainly, we've not been given access to that data, but I think that there's a number of factors. I don't think it can be only attributed to the ban of alcohol.
Now, alcohol, you are part of an association. You lead the association that promotes alcohol, the drinking of alcohol responsibly. Is that possible?
Sorry, say again, Dan?
I said you lead the association that promotes the responsible way of drinking alcohol. I'm saying, is that possible?
Dan, I think it is possible. I think that, we've allowed the country to deteriorate in terms of how we consume alcohol. It's become the normal within our country that we drink to get drunk. And certainly that's not necessary because as the alcohol industry and especially as Aware.org, we believe that alcohol can be part of a healthy social lifestyle. The truth is that, only 30% of South Africans consume alcohol, so that means by far the majority don't. The problem is that of that 30% of that minority, there are those that are drinking excessively, and that's what we need to address in the country.
Is that figure of 30% South Africans who drink alcohol based on sales of alcohol from your knowledge?
No, it's according to the WHO Global Alcohol Report for 2018, and it's based on volumes consumed.
Yeah, that's still a large number of people, judging by the kinds of headaches we have, because the government has argued that when you do have consumption of alcohol being allowed freely, as we've seen, you have a high incidence of violence, and the hospitals have to deal with a lot of patients who are coming in with all kinds of trauma. How do we educate ourselves, this 30% of us who consume alcohol, how to do it responsibly?
So I think that the first thing we need to do is that we need to actually raise the consciousness of the country around it. So we need to surface the conversation. It's something, alcohol has always been a part of our lives. It's part of all our celebrations, whether it's weddings, whether it's funerals, whether it's one-year-olds' birthday parties. And it's not something that we actually talk about. And I think what we are trying to do as Aware.org is that we're trying to bring South Africa into a conversation. Let's not sweep it under the carpet. We know that, there are those who drink and there are those who drink excessively. And drinking excessively does lead to risky behavior. And we think that, COVID has raised a lot of issues. It's something that everybody is battling with. But it also presents us with an opportunity, Dan, for us to actually unthink how we drink. We need to reevaluate our relationship with alcohol. And again, I have to emphasize that this is the minority. This is not the majority of South Africans. It's those few, I think, who drink and drink excessively. And, as our president states all the time, we're dealing with the triple threat of unemployment, inequality, and poverty. And if you put alcohol in the middle of that, it's going to lead to excessive drinking. If people have no hope, you're going to think, what is the next thing that I can reach out to that will help me just to get through the next day? But we do believe that we can drink responsibly. What we're advocating for most of all, Dan, is that we're advocating for a culture of moderate drinking. And that's what we're trying to do in our messaging. And we're trying to get South Africans really to hold the mirror up and say, is this how I want to continue drinking, or is it time for me to actually recalibrate and start making responsible choices?
Beyond that consciousness, that awareness, could there be practical steps that can be taken? For example, I know that there's legislation that's coming before Parliament to raise the age limit of an adult who was able to buy alcohol from 18 to 21, as an example. But but also the number of days that you can buy and sell alcohol has been restricted to previously to 4 days, Monday to Thursday, between 9 and 5. And some people are arguing that maybe we should even go further and have a 3-day alcohol sales week, so you can buy alcohol between Monday and Wednesday, full stop. Would you, as an organization that's promoting drinking responsibly, welcome further measures like those and others?
So, Dan, we would want to engage with all stakeholders and all role players. I mean, we actively working with government. We talk to government all the time. We prefer taking a targeted interventionist approach. We run programs on the ground. And for us, we're saying it's about choice. But if we can educate South Africans, if we can give them the tools, then they can make the right choices. You know, I don't engage as a way.org on the legislative part of it, but certainly I know industry is engaging with government. And, you know, for me, it's about, you know, it's a zero-sum game if we have polarized views on such a big challenge. I think we need to come together and we need to find solutions that is a win-win for all, but mostly that benefit the people of South Africa.
Ingrid, thank you very much. Stay safe. She's, of course, the CEO of the Association for Alcohol Responsibility and Education, aware.org. I mean, what she's